Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man giving you the truth, whether it's controversial or whether it's politically correct. Either way, I'm going to give you the truth or my truth, depending on the subject. Some things I can't give a definite truth because they can go either way. But I'm talking about the argument that's been going on YouTube in the manosphere. Amongst the red pillars, like I always say, all these guys ain't red pill, and it shows. To marry or not to marry. Coach Greg Adams is being attacked by some of these other guys for his views on what is called tricking and marriage. I'm going to tell you like this, and this coming from a married man, and I know some of y'all have slightly religious background, but more than likely you don't know more about the scripture than I do. You just came up in a religion. And the fact is that modern day marriage is not biblical marriage. It's not biblical marriage. Why is it not biblical marriage? Because the women take upon themselves roles that God didn't give them and that the Most High doesn't like or respect. And I will speak on his behalf. When women run the show, that's not his way. And I'm telling you, just because all of you don't know his voice and all of you don't, and he doesn't always speak a lot, he's not talk. But I'll say for him that he established certain patterns through his infinite wisdom. And one of the patterns he established is that men can men can have multiple wives. Whether you practice it or not, it's your choice. But don't try to say it's evil, because that's blasphemy of the spirit, because you calling something that the Most High did evil. And if you don't believe that he did it, just go to 2 Samuel chapter 12 and read when he rebuked David, basically, because David was given Saul's 8 wives, and he wanted Bathsheba, which was Uriah's wife. And he set up Uriah because he knew that they had laws that he couldn't get Bathsheba as long as Uriah was alive and be approved in the sight of God. Y'all dudes running around here with divorced women. Y'all running around here getting in these women's head, making them lead their families. Got them hitting up this dude for child support and all that. You think you some type of Mac? All of that is going to bring evil upon you. Evil upon you. So he told David, basically, you can read it for yourself. Did not I give you all your master's houses? It says mansions. Some scriptures say palaces. And all of your master's wives. And if you have wanted more, I would have given you even more. Speaking in terms of palaces and wives. When I read that, it changed everything. Like I just couldn't say that having 2 wives was adulterous, because it wasn't. Adultery is when you have basically adultery is when a man has sex with another man's wife. That's pretty much it. That's all it is. Because in terms of biblical, when you have sex with a person, it's like you're marrying that person. Now, we didn't know this, and the Most High is wise enough and merciful enough to some things he will not judge through your ignorance. Like, it's not our fault that people have withheld the truth about the Most High and his precepts away from the generations of people. But once you have access to that truth, you're going to be judged by what you do. So adultery is like for instance, biblically, adultery is if I know a woman is married and I go and I have sex with her. That's adultery. For a woman, it's all activity outside of with her husband. And don't try to listen. These women try to come at men. You got to go to the Most High with that. And now look, your games don't work with him because he's perfectly alpha. So your games ain't gonna work with him. Now, the question is brought up to marry or not to marry. Where do I stand on it? Well, if you can find a biblical wife that's gonna consistently be that and not gonna become indecent, unsubmissive, or switch up in a strong way, I know people change, but as long as she stays within what she was from a biblical standpoint, then marriage is good. It is. But if she gonna start scaling back sex and trying to tell you what to do like she your mama and all this other stuff, no. I would say don't do it. Anthony Spade made a real good video on 5 ways women make men miserable. All 5 of those ways that he mentioned was the truth. I don't know if Anthony Spade was married, but Anthony Spade was on point with that video. You know, he was. So, this dude from that other show, he too young. Not saying that young people don't know anything, because they do. There's a couple things they could teach us. But it's like he is what I would call a hireling. Like on YouTube, people criticize preachers for being that way. As soon as they start getting fame and fortune, they switch up. Well, a lot of these guys on YouTube is doing it too. Like now, they getting their famous fortune, and they went from saying they'll never get married, never have kids, to they'll get married and have kids. Now, having kids is always going to be a good thing, again, but with them too, long as they don't bring shame to your name, and they listen to you, and they want to do good in their life. But once they get away from that, kids can bring misery too. As long as they don't get away from it. Having kids is wonderful. But understand, having kids gives the woman the advantage over a good guy, especially. Because a good guy is going to want to be there to raise his kids. And there's a lot of good guys with women that done what wrestling calls done heel turned on them. They different. And a lot of guys won't leave for that reason. Well, I think depending on, like if she starts like flirting around with other guys, messing with other guys, liking, admiring other guys, or she becomes disrespectful, or she starts scaling back sex from you where you ain't getting it at all, or you barely getting it, and if you do get it, it's like her just trying to shut you up. It's time to move around from her. Ain't no coming back from that. Especially if she is one of them women that's claiming to love God. Because when let's say you're a righteous man like me, and you know what loving God looks like, you'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. No. You know what he said, and you intentionally disobeying him. but you saying you love them. Some of these women, they literally try to manipulate God like they do regular everyday men. And he just be looking at them like, they ask him to do stuff, he be like, I guarantee you the Most High be throwing shade. I guarantee you he do. Like, okay, so you want me to do this for you, but look how you carrying on. You want to be a 304 in your mind, and you're gonna be a 304. But you're telling people you love me, you talking about me online. That's the worst thing any woman can do, is claim to be a follower of the Most High and down the line become a 304. Just having sex with this dude, that dude, it's just not a good look. And that it's stuff like that even though Christianity, when you learn about the Most High, is not like the way, it gave them a bad look, stuff like that. Like 304 women in the church, confused guys who living a lie. Like, if you gonna have multiple wives, have them out front in the public. Don't be trying to smash this, smash that. It's a bad look. People will respect you more if you came out with the truth. They not gonna like you. Some of them ain't gonna like you, but they'll respect you. So, I say with most of these women, no go on marriage. And no go on kids. Because they're like the little witch laugh. In their heart, that's what a lot of them is doing. Especially if they know you got money. Like I told you, don't tell them what you got. Have fallback stuff. Make them start liking you for you. And when you know they love you or like you for, well, ain't no love. When they like you for you, then you can start showing them what you really got. But I wouldn't just come out with the wallet and with the extravagance. Don't do it. Because all of them are being negatively affected in some way, but at different levels. So, I gotta agree with Coach on this one. I gotta agree with Coach. Now, in terms of the tricking thing, I'll say this. It's kind of controversial. If you read about Samson, there's a scripture, I think it's found in Judges, chapter 16. I went to it before. It says something about Samson purchasing a Philistine harlot. And then it's a period. And you reading it like, okay. Then you reading like, okay, what did the Most High think of this? Nothing was said about it. The Most High became angry at Samson for breaking his covenant. They had a covenant back then where they didn't cut their hair as a tradition. He let Delilah cut his hair. And so the Most High kind of lifted his strength, if you will, away from him. And that's when he was ridiculed. But he prayed. He humbled himself and prayed. The Most High gave him his strength back. And he was able to destroy all those people in that building. And I guarantee you, if we could see in heaven right now, Samson harlot by himself is there. And he's probably one of the elders. He's there. Just like Abraham is there. Abraham lied. Which is two scriptures. I'm gonna make two With this being Sunday, I'm going to come with more Bible stuff today. I'm going to have one video about the abundance, what the mouth speaks, the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. I'm gonna go on that. And I'm going to go on how Revelation says all liars shall be found. You got to realize what that's talking about. Because if that was talking about all liars, like everybody that ever told a lie in history, then Abraham wouldn't be there. So some scriptures you can take literally, some scriptures you have to dig a little deeper and find the context meaning of it. But that's all I'm going to say on this one. Like I said, I fall on the side of marriage, but not to anybody. And rarely any of these women deserve marriage. If you've been a 304, you need to come clean. You need to come clean and admit the truth. Women know what they done did. A man might forget, but women ain't gonna forget. They remember everything. They just be lying. So, as you come clean, and you guys start making these before you commit to these women. You need to get a polygraph, to make them take a polygraph or something, so you'll know what you're getting into or whether or not you want to get into it. And if they not willing to do it, don't marry them. Because you're going to be out of a lot of money that relationship go wrong. You're going to be out of a lot of money. And you got a lot of guys just headed that way. Like, you never know what you're going to have to pay. Like, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Nobody's wife is worth all of this money in divorce. None of them. None of them. None of them. Not mine, not yours, not your mama, not your grandmama. Nobody's worth having to come out of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars just to divorce them. So if you get married, hopefully you'll marry somebody that you will never even have the desire to divorce. And hopefully she won't play these games that women play today. That I know many guys that I've been through it. Some of them handle it one way, some of them handle it the other way. It's one guy, I don't want to put the entire, because he gonna know I'm talking about him. But it's like everybody was criticizing him. Where I say he had fault is, why won't you just divorce? Like, all your kids is grown. Like, you and her is on two different pages, two different paths. But instead, he just cheats. Cheat. And it was a way that it was revealed to me that she just don't have the desire for him. Now, what's crazy is a lot of other women do. That's why I say, like, some people just need to figure out whether or not they want to stay with the person they with. I mean, like, if you're a woman and you need to get drunk, or you need to think about somebody else, or you need, like, things from stores to help you, you not with the person you need to be with. You're just not. Like, why? Like, why would you waste his time? Why would you waste your time when you're going to be fully excited with somebody else? And a lot of these women, I'm going to tell you this. I know I said I'm going to close. They always talk about they ain't gonna like no bum and the Pookie Ray Ray type. But the Pookie Ray Ray type, if he got the opportunity, She gonna be more excited, if you know what I mean. Juices flowing, if you know what I mean, for Pookie. Than for her providing, protecting, faithful husband. That's why I say a lot of women shouldn't be married. They don't deserve it. They don't. Like, if what I'm talking right now, that woman does not deserve to be married. She deserves to be passed around. She's wasting. If this is you, anybody, I don't care who it is, you're wasting people's time. Nobody wants to just sit and hear what you got to say. You got to do more than just talk. But these same, well, I never deal with that type. I never, blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then their husband divorces them, and he comes to pick up his kids, and a Pookie type of dude is sitting on the couch. If it was me, I would laugh. I would just sit there. It would be so funny. I would look at my ex-wife, if we was divorced, and she had a Pookie on the couch, or a dude that was half working, that would be funny to me, man. I'd just look at him and just laugh. What's funny? What's funny? I'll be like, you? Like, now I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna put my father is passed away, but this just proves a point. My father said something to my mother one time. He said, you had filet mignon and you chose bologna. He said you chose bologna sandwiches over filet mignon. Man, that was so funny, man. But, hey, my father wasn't perfect, but he's better than a lot of people. And that proves the point I'm making. When you go your separate ways and you take a Pookie, you accept a Pookie. Oh man, but they all, I would never, Pookie's there. She doing everything to Pookie. But with Pookie, where you at? What you doing? Didn't have to do that with you. But she got to do it with Pookie. You can't feel sorry for him. You just can't. Pookie, yeah, baby, he wrong for that. Like, I've been waiting for a woman like you. I've been waiting for a woman like you. See, I wasn't faithful to these other women, but I'm going to be faithful to you. Then he, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. Probably around the 5th time. Around the 5th time. Where you at? What you doing? She can't find him. Can't find him. He'll move in. He'll move out. She stuck with the rent. And now guess what she does? And I heard a story about this from a content creator. I mentioned his name, but I don't want to mention his name on this in case you don't listen to him. He basically said that his wife started messing with some other dude, new boyfriend or whatever. And when they broke up, that's when she went after him for money. Like, that is evil. Like, that is evil. But that's what they do. They get Pookie, go down to Mississippi somewhere. You know how Mississippi is. They go down to Mississippi, especially if they light skinned. Oh, they flocking. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Bringing roses, gifts. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Now, she goes from tight due to her lack of activity with her ex-husband or husband that she's cheating on to wide open. Now her glory is gone and may catch a STD. The chances is very real. People be trying to move to Mississippi thinking they gonna find a new dude. Nothing against Mississippi. Yeah, I'm sure it's Alabama too, Texas. Like a lot of people come from all over thinking they gonna find that new guy. And that new guy is really an old guy. Just ask the people from his town. Rolling Stone. And then, this is it, I promise you. Then they get pregnant. And they want to say it's yours. You be like, wait a minute, you ain't gave me this in 5 months? Be like, no, the smart dude be like, no, I'm good. Next thing you know, she's starting to grow. She telling people, so her character will be in place, that is her husband's. Or her boyfriend, living boyfriend. But you guys, no matter what, make sure they get a DNA test. I don't care if they leave, get mad. If they come up pregnant, DNA test 100% of the time. You know what the modern world is about, man. You can't be, oh yeah, it's mine. How would you know? Especially with these, come on now. These women do not fear God, even the ones claiming they do. You fear God, you're going to carry yourself a certain way. A lot of them will be mad at God. Their brother got killed. Stuff happens. Come on now. Like Coach Greg said, he said that these women be running out there thinking they finna find a new husband is better than they last one. He said they be getting piped down vicious. That's what they gonna get. Vicious pipe down. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. I've seen it happen at jobs. Women just always trying to find that guy. And then you hear about him with another guy. And another guy. And another guy. And they still don't lose their delusion though. They be like, I gotta be the only one. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to end this. I could talk at length, especially about this. Marriage is good with unicorns. For everybody else, it's not going to work out right. Guys be getting sick. Just all type of, no. People just be wanting that ceremony. They just be wanting to be the center of attention. They be wanting other women to see that ring on their finger, but they don't want to be wives. But thanks for watching. I'd like to thank my new subscribers. I noticed that it's like 4 new subscribers. They not showing me y'all names for one. There was one name that I saw, and that was Josephina Connolly. Thanks for subscribing. You all won't be sorry. I'm going to tell the truth about women, but that's not all I talk about on here. Because if a woman is good, Like, if she's what freak in his bed, her husband's, and classy and untouchable towards other men in the street, yet while looking out for him, assisting him, making him, adding to his life instead of subtracting. Like, if you ladies want to work, what different? Why would you work and your money just disappears? You supposed to be like, oh, by the way, I put us $300 up in the account. See, I think the guy is supposed to pay all the bills, but if they don't have kids, if she's working, then she should be putting at least half of her money up for the both of them. For the both of them, for their future. And then that way, okay, if she wants Pookie now and she wants to divorce, he could be like, well, technically, she put that up for the both of us. But thanks for watching. More videos to come. I'm going to do a little work today. You say, well, why are you working on the Sabbath? Why are you working on the Sabbath? The Sabbath can be any day of the week. But anyway, I'm not going to, hey, if that's how you honor God, it's a wonderful thing. I do keep the Sabbath on Sundays sometimes. Just like I keep it on other days sometimes. And I know I should be keeping it every week. I know. That's one of my shortcomings. I'm working on it. But it says that you can do good on the Sabbath. I'm doing good right now. I'm helping these guys stay away from these Husnos. Thanks for watching.